Hello, my dear things. Good morning to you all. And yes, we do get sunny days occasionally in Norfolk, but dark glasses in the winter in East Anglia are something of a rarity. But it's a little bit chilly today, and so I haven't got my night shirt on, or indeed my lovely nightcap. But you'll get them later when we have to be inside with the weather. And Peter Christian, as always, will have clothes for the winter, clothes for Australia, and clothes for everywhere in between. So you've got to have a look at their website, get your orders in, and you're up and away, and they'll be back to you with a happy discount. Now, yesterday, when I went through the England side, player by player, I thought afterwards, well, have we really been a bit unfair to Australia? Because they won this series so very well, and all we've done is have a go at England. England threw it away. Yes, they did throw it away, but nonetheless, they were beaten by a ruthlessly efficient Australian side and an Australian side which was lacking some of their most important bowlers. You must remember that. I mean, Cummins, the cat Pat Cummins, played in only one test match. He's got this back injury which knocked him out of cricket in July last year. He came back for one test which Australia won, and then he had the last two off because he had a little bit of a hangover from that injury after Adelaide. Josh Hazlewood, he wasn't available for the entire series. He pulled a hamstring in a Sheffield Shield match before the first test and was out of the whole series. And then Nathan Lyon, who's probably the best off spinner in the world, with over 500 test wickets, pulled a hamstring, didn't he, in the Adelaide test, and he was out of the last two and didn't play in Brisbane, of course, when the Australian selectors decided to go in with a phalanx of fast bowlers. So we only had Lyon bowling at us on two occasions. Of course, in Adelaide, he took those 3 wickets, didn't he, in the afternoon, and I never forget that lovely ball which he bowled Stokes, pitching leg stump and hitting off. So a rather depleted Australian side completely sawed us in half, didn't they? I mean, that was really the answer. Now, I want to go through them and just have a look. I mean, Travis Head, what can one say? He went in first in the second innings in Perth, well, really by mistake, because Khawaja was going in first. He was not fit. He got something wrong with his back. Head opted to go in, went there and made a fantastic 124. And when Australia began batting in the afternoon that day, it did look, having to get 205 to win, as though the biggest score of the match, as though they were going to lose. And yet Head made 124. They won by 8 wickets before the close of play. It was a phenomenal innings. So he's got to stay there. He made 2 more hundreds going in first, and he is a brilliant cricketer. And I think going in first gives him all the freedom of expression that he wants for those marvellous strokes. Also, the England bowlers kept bowling short at him, which he loves. His opening partner, Weatherall, I don't think he really is going to be a long-term opener. He's a sort of makeshift opener for the moment. Until someone else comes along, maybe he'll hold on to his place for a test or two more, but he won't have, I don't think, a long hold on that position. Number 3, Labuschagne. He, I think, is a depreciating asset now. He didn't really get big runs in the series. He got a start 3 or 4 times, but didn't go on. And I think the most notable thing about his series was his catching, both in the deep and at slip. He took some wonderful catches. And, of course, he prompted that horrid stroke from Jamie Smith, didn't he, in the last test in Sydney when he bowled a sort of medium-pace bouncer. And Smith smashed it Head at deep extra cover. Oh dear, what a shot that was. Anyway, I think Labuschagne has probably had his day. Smith at number 4, Smith 36, but he's still a wonderful player. I mean, we saw that fantastic 136, it was, I think, in the final innings at Australia's final innings at Sydney. It was a wonderful knock. He is an amazing batsman. And you know, I mean, is he as good as Root? Is he better than Root? Maybe in Australian conditions, yes, I think he is, certainly. But I think Smith, being the chap he is, will probably go on for another 2 or 3 years, and which is terrific for them. And after that, there is a little bit of a gap, isn't there? I mean, It's difficult to say. We had Khawaja in his last Test match coming in at 5. Well, it didn't go quite too well for him the last Test, but he's been a terrific player for Australia and deserved all the plaudits he could get. He came over as a youngster when he was 5 from Pakistan. His parents emigrated, and he fought his way up with the odds against him, one has to say, and did a wonderful, wonderful job for them. His replacement, well, I don't know who that's going to be. Is it going to be Inglis, who played a couple of Test matches, I think. Who knows? And that place, I think, is up for grabs. Number 6, it's Carey, Alex Carey. Had a wonderful series, didn't he? 100 in front of his home crowd in Adelaide. Kept wicket absolutely magnificently. He is in the Australian side as long as he wants. His performance was terrific. Then we come to Cameron Green, who's been a great disappointment at number 6, really. He hasn't scored the runs he's capable of, but he's got to be there because of his bowling. He is, so to speak, the fourth seamer in this attack. My own belief is that he should go in first with Travis Head, and that gives a little bit more room for them to play Nathan as well. Nathan Lyon, because Nathan Lyon is such a good bowler. I don't think they should ever leave him out. Anyway, Cameron Green at number 7, but I think he should should drop back. Then there's Beau Webster, who bowled his off breaks in Sydney, took 3 wickets in the last innings, made 71 not out. A good player. Is he going to be there or thereabouts? Yes, I think he probably is. Except, of course, if Lyon plays, his off breaks won't really be used. Then we've got the bowlers. Well, Cummins is going to be available, I think, from now on in for Tests. He comes in number 8. He's a useful batsman too. And then Stark at number 9. Didn't he play well? Played fantastically well. And then we got Boland, and Boland was fantastic, I think. 20 wickets he took in the series, very economically, and he had the message over route, didn't he? Michael Neser, 35, he bowled wonderfully well, took lots of wickets in that series, and what a good time he had. But he, at the age of 35, can only be there really for quite a short time. And then, of course, we had, we had Doggett coming in at 11, but it should really have been Lyon, shouldn't it, if all had been well. Doggett, I think, was just a makeshift fast bowler, and I don't think we'll see much of him again. But the fact of it was that although there were 1 or 2 places there up for grabs in the Australian side, their efficiency, their ruthlessness, they did all the basics absolutely right. Their bowlers were on the spot, something the England bowlers could never do. They just simply couldn't find the right areas to bowl. They caught their catches. Australia dropped 5 catches in the series. England dropped 18. I mean, what a difference that is. And there you are. It was this Australian efficiency with a weakened side that won the day. Interestingly, I made at the end of the series, I thought it was interesting, I put together a sort of joint best side from from England and Australia. And we only got 3 Englishmen in the side. Bethell, obviously, at number 3, neither side has a capable number 3 without Bethell, so to speak. And then Joe Root obviously comes into the side. I think Joe Root at 4, Smith would bat at 5, and then I think Brooke comes into it, in spite of all his misdemeanors with the bouncers coming from the bowlers and from the nightclub safety people. Maybe the Australian bouncers aren't quite so good as the New Zealand bouncers, I don't know. Anyway, and after that it would be the openers of that joint side would be Head and Green, I think, and then we'd have Carey coming in at 7, and then after that we've got Cummins. Hazelwood would come in for Boland when Hazelwood has recovered, but there would be Cummins, Stark, Boland, stroke Hazelwood, and Lyon. That would really be the side. But only 3 Englishmen, and they all 3 did quite well, didn't they? Anyway, there we are. And one other piece of news. It looks as though Australia and England, the Cricket Australia and the ECB, have decided not to have any more pink ball test matches, which have given Australia a great advantage. They played 4 pink ball matches, tests against England, and won all of them. and we don't play with a pink ball in Test cricket over here. And I think that's a good thing. The only sad thing is that the 150th anniversary test in Melbourne in March 2027 is going to be a day-night affair with a pink ball. That's a pity. It's celebrating 150 years of cricket played in the daytime, and I don't think that should happen. Anyway, there we are. And now our attention has got to focus on the T20 World Cup and England's first visit, or first of all their visit, I should say, not their first visit, of course, to Sri Lanka, where they fly off on Sunday for the 3 T20s, the 3 ODIs. I think the ODIs actually come first. And then they go to India for the T20 World Cup. And, of course, Peter Christian, keep on looking at that website. Get your orders in, as I say, clothes for the cold of Norfolk, just as much as the hot, the heat and everything else of Brisbane, Perth, Melbourne, Sydney and Adelaide. So there you are. And get your orders in and the discount will follow.